This has been making the rounds since yesterday, and at first I didn't feel like looking into it, but it just kept on going bigger and bigger and bigger, and everybody's commenting on it, so I guess I'll talk about it. But the agency Virtux VE is under fire, and there's been more than 18 statements released against this agency, and they've basically scammed both talents and artists and editors. Insane stuff. The CEO that's been under fire has made a statement about it. He deleted it now. I saved it, and now they're like threatening defamation and stuff, bro. It's not gonna work out for them. The managers were also unpaid. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Apparently, like, most of the staff left and stuff. There's a couple Google Docs to go about it. I don't know where to start. There's just so many of them. I think it starts here, actually. So this is Vixie's experience with Virtux VE. How long is this? 44 pages. Oh my god, dude. And 19 pages. We just get a TLDR. Okay. The long and short version of it is this. Every single talent and staff member of this agency, myself included, was lied to about multiple things for over a year. These lies included everything from promised equipment and art to promised partnership with Vshojo. Okay. I can already see what kind of CEO this is gonna be. My recruitment portion is simply to prove that I was recruited for Virtux and signed a contract. We now oh, did they even sign a contract? But apparently the contract was not done by a lawyer. This is simply to prove that I was recruited. Contracts were signed are void, and thus, despite this supposed NDA, I will post proof of the various things that I went through as a talent. In October 2023, I was contacted by Ray Flynn and asked if I was interested in joining his up-and-coming agency. You know, the screenshots would be better if they made the page less. I think it's a better way to make Google Doc. I found out recently how to do that. Ray and I had previously worked together, and I considered him a friend. We had a good track record. Without doxing what I know of his employment, suffice to say that he seemed like someone who would be able to start a business agency and be successful. Like, you need more than that to start an agency, though. You need venture capital. Like, you need investors. Unless somebody like shows me a list of investors, I wouldn't believe them. At the time I was in talks with another up-and-coming agency. Based on what was offered, I ended up going with Virtux. Okay, they're like talking, send me a list of what you want for your model. This is a list of recommended artists. I've sent you the contract. Please note a few things. Your agreement start date is when we will be queuing up commissions and preparing all your assets and marketing. If your current stream income is low, your initial variable split might be higher, but will be adjusted once your debut with Virtux and we get a better idea of your new average income. The start value granted in USD is just an estimate and can always be adjusted if needed. Split of 15% for the company? Okay, whatever. We don't have time for the small writing. Vshojo plus the other partnership lies. Yes, that's what I want to know about. The biggest lie we were told involved Virtux partnering with Vshojo. That is crazy. Ray led us all to believe that he wasn't a good personal friends with the CEO of Vshojo, Gunrun, and that Gunrun was given ownership for a portion of the company. He also stated that Gunrun would be our new CMO under an alias. You know, that's an issue with VTubing. That is an issue with VTubing, because everybody's like, we're operating under an alias. Oh yeah, I'm actually a manager for Hololive, but, you know, I'm under NDA, so I can't be talking to you guys on my official Discord, so I'm using an alias. But trust me, I work at Hololive. It's like, sure. What's next? Rima is not a horse. Yeah, my dad works at Nintendo. Ray had shown legitimacy on his contact prior, so it seemed plausible that he would be telling the truth. This became especially important when there was a time that Ray threatened to hand the company over to Gunrun and quit altogether. Of course, we know now that every bit of that was completely fabricated. Of course, we know now that every bit of it was fabricated, yeah. Dude, he showed her a graphic of Virtue X with Vshojo? Wow. How far he went just to push that lie is kind of insane. That is, there are people like that though that are, how do you call it, like compulsive liars. Like, all they do is lie. I don't know why. You can always kind of tell. You can always kind of feel it. But most people are too polite to call them out on it. So it's this very awkward situation because it's kind of sad because these people, when you think about it, they really want you to be impressed by them and they kind of really want others people's approval. Oi, you! Yeah, you. Hi. If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video. I think my brain just stopped working. Lol, keep it shahaha. Yeah, they always do it like that too. Whoops, did I leak this? Don't tell anybody. It's a big secret. You absolutely can't say anything. Like the other person is, you know, onto this very special secret that no one else, they like make you feel special. Oh, only you know about this very secret thing that I'm telling you about. I have a massive headache and I feel like ass, so I'm eating with censored tomorrow. If you want to kind of explain to them a bit about our stuff while staying vague and not mentioning I'm planning on quitting, I'm cool with it. I'm sorry you feel like crap. I hope you feel better, sure thing. Ray decides to stay and says once again that we're partnered with Vshojo. Well, it's done. I'm staying. I'll be announcing on the server in a couple days. We're officially partnered with Vshojo on paper. Congrats, what made you decide to stay? Haha, actually, well, the people that I knew and supported me like you, Instinct, Kiri, etc. Hilariously enough, Gunrun, you guys helped me realize that I'm not a failure. I'm just one person that's been stretched way too far with no assistance. An announcement in which Ray talks about bringing on a new CMO and a partnership into the agency, which he privately told everyone, including staff, is Vshojo. Yeah, it's classic manipulation. As an announcement in which Ray talks about bringing on a new CMO and a partnership in the agency, which he privately told everyone, including staff, is Vshojo. This guy is just a compulsive liar, though. Are you even allowed to say this? Like, hey, join my company. I'm partnered with Nintendo. Is this legal? I feel like I need legal mindset here. Is this even legal? Like, hey, what if he got like investors to invest in his company and he's like, oh yeah, we got a partnership with Nintendo. Do you want to lend me $1 million for my new startup? They're making an original song. Seems like they have a lot of projects. Hey, I know there's not been a lot of movement recently in regards to progress. We're still trying to finalize this partnership. There's a lot of variables that go into that, so I just want to say I appreciate everyone's patience. I know it can be frustrating when there's no progress on things you can't control, but the reason I'm writing this message is because I want to get caught up on things that are in my control. I'll be working on stuff like the blacklist, an asset list. Why is there a blacklist? They went on Twitter and they're like, oh yeah, I heard that agencies have blacklists. So yeah, if I'm okay, I'm gonna check that on my to-do list. Need to make a blacklist. Imagine you're a brand new agency and you already make a blacklist. You got your priorities like not set right. And I've already made a start on the Virtue X Trello, albeit a small start, so that future visibility is improved, as well as fleshing out social calendar for our Twitter. I understand that no movement progress doesn't mean no communication, so I apologize for my radio silence since I set up those Spark meetings. Here he is once again implying Gunrun has some sort of final say in the company. Almost done, haha. Gunrun approved the firings, so almost home free. Bo, I just have to do the hard part. Hope you've been alright. Once again implying a partnership with Vshojo. So I don't want it to taint the Vshojo announcement. Our new manager let it slip a little early by accident. Honestly, it works better this way, even if it's stressful. Oh, oops, gotcha. Is the Vshojo announcement coming soon then? Yep, I was freaking today. Heck yeah. Oh, that's what the Visions post was about, or one of the things. So Visions is a Nintendo Direct style video giving a peek into the future. Vshojo, Saga, Blair, Agent Ink collab, Cyberpunk Red collab. merch store announcement, our New Year's event, Riri mascot Vtuber model teaser, a cute little holiday charity event. One more thing, I'm going to ask them tomorrow, but after a talk with some agency higher-ups, I've decided I'm going to make Kale and Cruz partners in the agency, so me, Kuzi, and them will all be equals, and we're going to go for investment. That way you guys never have to worry about whether or not you can do something, but how we're going to do it. I have faith in all of you. It's time I swallow my pride a bit and take the steps needed to make this agency a top 4 contender. On 24/24, so in March, on 12/4/24, it came out that Vshojo Partnership did not exist. Gudrun's partial ownership or position of CMO did not exist, etc. Instead, we learned that there had been the possibility of an angel loan with Vshojo, and that's it. Other promised partnership, Throne partner, Discord partner, Hoyoverse. Oh, December 4? Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. I can't read dates, I guess. Dude is living in a fantasy world. Top 4 contender, bro, chill out. Live 2D model art lie. Admittedly, finding a model for my brand was difficult because I wanted a Live 2D model with a fully nude base and potential not safe for work toggles. We went through many different options and they were either not within budget or according to Ray, they didn't answer him. Hey, sorry I'm late, my brain's functioning at 10%. Dude, this person is always like depressed or making it seem like his work's too hard. I'd be annoyed if they added like all of this personal info in their business email. It's like if I'm messaging my agent about a sponsorship and he's always like, oh, sorry, I've been swamped, my brain's functioning at 10%. I've been having a bad day. You know, it's this job is really difficult. I'm like, okay, but when am I supposed to release the sponsorship? Like, can you just give me like can you just give me the details straight up? Like, can we just have a professional relationship? So angel loans are basically loans with no strings attached and frequently no obligation to pay them back. They're more like patrons than actual investors. Oh, that's cool. I'd like to have a patron. Yeah, so that was definitely a lie then. Wait, that is 100% a lie. We learned that there had been a possibility. I don't think there was any possibility. Maybe there was a possibility in his head, yeah. There's no way anybody would lend you money with no strings attached. Come on. Come on. So that's so cooked. Damn, and Vixie is so nice with him. She's so patient. She's like, you're totally fine, honey. We have time. I'll keep looking for some other options too in case it doesn't work out. I appreciate you so much. She's supportive. He's like, I'll look for more options in case. She replies, if all else fails, I'm technically still in queue with bar.name and bar.name because they've been iffy about communication, but I hope they work out too. Okay, so they found a model at $850. It's a pretty good price. Again, Ray has like been going through it mentally, so I took the 2 days to breathe. I'm so tired of treating me like garbage. I don't know what to do. What is censored name doing? I'm sorry you've been doing through it. Suffice to say that I sent him a number of artists from March to July, trying to find an option that would work for a Live 2D model. In mid-July, we finally found one that we both liked and thought would work. We'll call them A1 or artist number 1. They open July 14th. Sick, let's get together. The proposal tomorrow during our meeting so I can message her in advance. Okay, she and I are on good term now after the whole censored name thing, so I think we should be good. OPE, I didn't realize she was involved with that. Oh no, not in a bad way. He was his model artist. Oh, okay, you like her style? Then yeah, okay. I don't... Why do we need these screenshots in, really? Model was approved. Okay, where's the accusations? On 09/01/24, Ray reached out to me for an emergency call about switching artists. He told me that another artist, we'll call them artist number 2, had reached out since he had applied to their opening prior. This was plausible to me because I had sent artist number 2 to him as a favorite and I'd assumed that he'd actually been contacting the artists I'd sent him. He said that they were interested in creating a Live 2D model for me and could make the request October 21st deadline if they also did the rigging. I was more attached to A2 style than artist 1 style, and he assured me that he had a friend that could fill my slot with artist 1, so as to not screw them over by canceling, I agreed to switch. Okay, so this is basically what she talked about in the summary. I was excited. I was relieved to know that things were being handled, and I finally had a model artist locked in. I left things alone, certain that Ray would add us together into a group chat when able, but over a month went by and I hadn't heard anything. Alright, so Vixie in the screenshot says, Ray, I know you're having PC issues today. I'm sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to double check that everything is okay with the model. We just don't have a group chat with, like, artist name, I assume, in it, and the deadline we have talked about is not far off, so my anxiety is spiked. I haven't had my Adderall since July, so that's also a thing contributing. I'm waiting on Cruz for answers to the other thing that is just a big one. Oh yeah, I spoke to Cruz, just getting her on this to make it. She's actually pretty fast, but it's like 10 p.m. here, so hopefully I can make it overnight. Also, that background by bar.name is amazing. I had a feeling that would happen. I would wait to ask and then beat Cruz to telling me. Lamau. Ray, hey, sorry my Discord mobile is being awful. Okay, too much blah blah. They're talking about like how the keyboard makes him type super slow. I don't care. Sorry to ask, but can you let Cruz know too, please? Don't want him thinking I've been ignoring him all day. Okay, no problem, thank yous. I think I need to update iOS. I was promised an update that I asked for multiple times. Hey, I'm sorry for the delay on things. I got an update over the weekend, but I've been in bed and in the ER for the... Dude, every time this guy opens his mouth, something happened. Is he the artist? They told me not to take my antidepressants while we figure this out, so I've been freaking out, but I hope it's nothing serious. I'm sorry. I'll get on my PC when I get home and send it over and make the chat. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you've been so much trouble with your health. I hope they get things figured out. I'm excited to see the update and the chat made. Please take it easy. Hi, I hope you're feeling better. Don't forget to add to the chat and send me the whip. There's one less thing off your plate. And please let me know if I can help you in any way. I'm here for you no matter what. Even I was thinking if you paste the Discord info to me and Cruz and we create the chat. Or I can contact them for it. Whatever makes your load easier. Hey, sorry, I just woke up. I'll get on my PC. I get done today. Today was a particularly bad day. Stop! Stop. I can't... Not every day can be a bad day. That's impossible. I'm done. I'm done. Wait, did I skip something? Oh yeah, I did. I'm even behind. Was supposed to make time graphic for Curie, but my migraine got so bad I started throwing up. Jesus. Oh god, I'm sorry. And no, that's not TMI. That's how my migraines are too. Are you feeling better at all? I woke up with red marks on my temples, so I'm freaking out. Like a heat rush or allergies? I hope so. Doctor says it looks like a liver thing, so I hope it's nothing bad. I have no words. Every day he's got a different illness. Bro is sad maxing. The excuses flow like water. He's actually sad maxing. I don't get why people would lie like this. Bro might be allergic to lying. No, I think all of that, so every time he said there was like an issue with him, I think they're all lies. I really think all of it is lie, like the red marks on his temples, the migraine, him in the ER, all of it, I think. She hasn't signed our term. Okay, so here to talk about the artist again. They say that she hasn't signed our terms and condition, but fuck it, you've been waiting long enough. Also getting everything outstanding handled, so you should get some nice updates from Cruz next week. I wonder why she hasn't yet. She just keeps forgetting. Her excuse is she's busy, which fair, she's got 8 models. Oh yeah, I can imagine. The update you said you had before, was it a model update, like a sketch or something else? I honestly don't remember, lol. I am very CBD'd up. Okay, well now it's the CBD excuse. Cruz that keeps being mentioned is one of the other higher-ups and is also Ray's roommate. Oh, that's good. Thank you for this info, Kinkoshu. I'll get you set up with her tomorrow, by the way, once everyone is awake. No worries. I'm gonna see if bar.name is cool, if I make a Discord room too, so we can get everything at once. Okay, but what was this update? I've been dying. Vixie, hey? Okay, she sent him an audio recording, I don't know from what. I did not receive the update. Upset and frustrated, stressed beyond relieved, I message him again. Ray, can we have a meeting? I would like to talk about things to make sure we're all good for debut, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm stressed to tears right now. I'm not mad or anything, I just feel in the dark and we're essentially 3 weeks out. I'm stressed out too, reading this. I totally understand. I'm incredibly sorry for making you feel like that. Oh my god, he's gonna come up with another excuse, I bet. Between everything, I haven't slept. There we go! Between everything, I haven't slept in days trying to catch up. I'm stacked until Thursday, but I can make some time for you tomorrow if that's okay. I'll be making those chats for you. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Just been a mess, and more stressful things keep happening. That makes it hard to get to everything while trying to stay on track. It's also like pulling teeth, getting answer from other artists, especially the JP ones. Yeah, I know things have been really stressful. I don't want to poke and become annoying about it. Just not even knowing if my model has started yet is a wall for me, like right now. There are other things I'm not sure about, like background, music, or emotes, but the big thing for me is the model. I fully trust you to push hard for things. And I'm sorry your sleep schedule has been such a mess trying to get things done. I'm honestly so appreciative of how hard you work for me, truly. That's why I don't want to bother you too much, but I'm a little in the trenches right now, anxiety and moral-wise, knowing where everything is. I actually just got your emotes handled, something I should have done a while ago. You should be getting your bar.name background tomorrow, as well as background music-wise. Bar.name couldn't take it. I told Cruz, but I have something cooking for you and cause that me and my friend Censored have been working on to hold until, again, censored name is available. I know. This model and overlays haven't been going as fast as I like them to. Seems like I gave bar.name a little more time and she's just been chilling. Ray implied that artist number 2 is not ghosting him and that he was going to get Gunrun involved to make them answer or finish the model. I slept for 13 hours. I'm also getting Gunrun involved to make her shit herself a bit. Sorry, but this needs to be done so you can debut on time. I'm also authorizing a secondary artist with fresh fees in the case that she decides to be sketchy. I know she's doing corporate work right now, so I'm lighting a fire under her ash, at least get us progress. Also got Gunruns to message Michi's artist just to see. Gotcha, okay. We got backup plans. Michi's model is so cute. Also, this model won't go in your tab at all, no matter how much it costs. I just want these done for you guys. I had done a 5-hour meeting with Ray to try to figure out a backup plan. He originally wanted to try and get a model done within the 3-week time frame he had allotted for the new debut dates. I was skeptical of that, but we spent a long time searching for artists. Still good to meet in 15. We've been stretched out in the last week, but I'm still good to meet. Don't worry, I understand. Running to the bathroom real quick, then I'll be ready. Just feeding the dogs. Is he feeding the homeworks, the dogs? The next morning, he sent me a screenshot of an Iron Mouse tweet implying that Gunrun had got her involved to look for a model for me. The timing of this was just crazy. No fucking way. Looking for someone who can rig and draw a 2D. No way he sent her that! That was the tweet. She was looking for a model for Case and Not. And he pretended to her that it was for her? Stop! Stop, I'm losing my mind. Looking for someone who can rig and draw a 2D model super quick, good quality, or a 3D model, and by quick I mean like in 2 weeks for a secret project. Please leave examples if possible. Man, the time frame kind of lines up with his. That's so unlucky. Shit. Dude, the balls this guy has to do this. I would feel bad, like, but I don't understand how you can blatantly lie to somebody. I would feel so bad if I was him, but clearly he doesn't. Artist number 2 actually responded to Iron Mouse's tweet. I have been led to believe, of course, that artist number 2 was completely ghosting both of us and Gunrun. My understanding now is that the tweet was actually about getting a model for Kay Sanat. Gunrun was fucking laughing, oh my fucking god, because she ignored him. Oh my god, I genuinely can't believe he got her involved. I'm dead. Is this real life? Unfortunately, it isn't. The perks of having friends. Bro, you have no friends, and you've just lost the little friends you made. Because you lied. Just from a quick look, still kind of get over the fact that he asked her to do this. Hold up, I got a cough. I'm a little confused about this exchange. He's showing her some screenshots. Just from a quick look, still can't get over the fact that he asked her to do this. Okay, let me look at them. Yeah, I don't think my brain has caught up yet. Are we just refunding on, I guess this is artist name then? Or is it going to be one of those instances where Aramis is like, you were already doing this project, friend? Honestly, no idea yet. I just woke up to a message from Gunrun with a link to the tweet and a let me know if any of these are good. I just sent him the screenshot of bar.name with the laughing emoji. Because what the fuck? Like, girl, you asked me if we wanted to work with you. I insisted that artist 2 was my favorite and was very sad that they were ghosting us, and he said he hoped that Gunrun could get things figured out. So he's just stringing her along, but he never commissioned the artist. Why doesn't she, like, contact the artist herself? Ray told me that he had filed a PayPal dispute with artist 2 and they'd sent the money back to him and blocked him. He then pushed very hard for me to choose another model artist. I would have a temporary model to debut with the agency and then a proper model starting in July to debut towards the end of 2025. When it came out that Ray had lied about contacting the artist for our alerts, I decided to go ahead and contact artists too to see what had actually transpired with my model. I had previously considered this as I was growing doubtful, but after careful thought, I decided against it on the off chance that something like a Vshojo partnership actually existed. Turns out my model was never selected, and artist number 2 had never contacted him proactively. Instead, Ray had reached out to them after my project was not selected during the application phase. Hi, I wanted to reach out because I feel as though there was some kind of miscommunication. Ray Flynn was supposed to have reached out to you to commission a model on my behalf. Could you tell me what happened in this situation? Please know that I'm not coming at you aggressively or with negative intention. I just want to understand because I'm worried. I was told an incorrect version of event. Thanks so much. Hi, hope you're doing well. When they filled the application form, they requested full body art only for mid-October with added rigging if we could fit within an early November deadline. We prefer working on rig or art and rig instead of art. We prefer working on rig or art, okay, and rig instead of art only. Okay, so they prefer working on rigs or both, but they won't do just art. We had other projects that were more interesting to us, and we didn't want to pick a project that might have needed a rush fee as we were coming out of 2 really dense projects that left us near burnt out. Okay, so I was told that you reached out to him to add me to the queue. Am I understanding correctly that you just declined from the get-go? And did money actually exchange hands? We received an application through the Google Forms and it wasn't selected. They reached out to us after we announced that the clients had been selected to ask for a reserved slot and it was denied. No money ever exchanged hands as we only do a personalized quote with those we select and it's only billed when we begin working on the project. This is our full conversation. Okay, the main issue would probably be the deadline. Thank you, this is completely different than what I was told. Okay, I hope we resolve this, whatever's going on. Thank you so much. Without risking any breach to your NDA, please do let us know if you end up resolving your issue and decide to leave Virtue X, as we will proceed to blacklist Ray Flynn and their agency the moment we don't risk affecting you negatively. Wait, artists also have blacklists? I mean, I guess you should probably block that client because they're like just gonna scam you. So that makes sense. My speculation is that he never actually applied to Artist 1 and then applied to Artist 2 in an attempt to cover himself, hence him asking me to switch on that date before he hadn't even heard back. He didn't end up actually contacting Artist 2 until September 10th, 2024. So when he told me things were finalized and he was just waiting on an invoice, it was yet another lie. He told her things were finalized and he hadn't even commissioned anything. Like, how do you ever get out of this lie, though? Like, isn't he just walling himself up with lies? To cover his lies, he went so far as to slander these artists to us so that we would not discover what he had done. That's actually what happened. He's crazy. Overlays lie. Ray told me multiple times that he had commissioned overlays from a popular graphic designer for a previous talent who was fired, and that he told them to keep the money. Sure, bud. He then told me he would contact them and get them to slot me in since the slots were paid for. And he confirmed that they were in progress. Unfortunately, I don't have concrete screenshots of this since it was mostly sent in voice. I reached out to the overlay artist in question and it turns out that they had never received any communication from him whatsoever. They don't even know who he is. Hey, I wanted to reach out to you because there's something I wanted to confirm. I was told that Ray Flynn had previously commissioned you. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Hi Vixie, nice to meet you. I'm actually quite confused because I'm looking through all my emails and DMs. I've never spoken to this Ray Flynn before. Do you happen to know the name of the original talent? Oh my gosh, I think the original talent was... Let me check, okay. Yeah, I've never had a convo with this person ever. Oh my god. Essentially, I'm a Virtue X talent that hasn't debuted yet, and we are discovering an enormous number of lies. Dude, the artist that doesn't know anything that's going on, that has all of that laid out on them. Oh boy, they're like, oh dear, what is going on? I'm checking through my studio request forms and I don't have any names that match either. Is there a different name out there perhaps? I'm sorry to hear this. The thing is, I have not yet commissioned officially either since April. So it wouldn't have been really obvious if they really did commission me. And I don't have a convo with the other talent either. Gosh, that's crazy. You have gone through so much. They're being really nice about it though. Funny because I do not have them on Discord either, so I'm not sure how they knew I was online. Failure to pay as agreed. Ray was constantly late on payments to various artists, contractors, staff, etc. As far as I am aware. Only one of the creators contacted to do watch-alongs for Virtue X debut has been paid. Members of our management team have not been paid since October, with one of them having never received a paycheck at all despite working for 2 months. I personally split the cost of my emotes with my manager just to get them done, with the hope that he would be paid back by Virtue X for his cost of things. Oh my god, the manager also paid for it! The manager who didn't get a salary paid for her emotes. At this time, my logo has yet to be paid for, and I'm working to figure out how to pay for that. Oh boy. So I guess there were some assets made. I had my background artist reach out to me when they didn't receive payment for months. That looks so bad on your reputation. Like, the artists probably think it's their fault. The balance was actually paid, but only after me poking multiple times for the payment to happen. I know that other talents in the agency experienced something similar, but I don't want to speak for them specifically. Please keep in mind that my manager had zero access to the company financials, so he was only a go-between. He could not make payments himself. This makes sense. This is like that in most agencies. Below is a screenshot from my background artist. Hello, excuse a private message. I was working your manager in your background, but a while ago he doesn't answer my message and the background has been finished for a few months. I just want to know if there's any interest in continuing this commission or if they prefer to cancel it. When it was canceled, I would be giving the fund to someone else or I would put it on my Ko-fi. Since the commission is finished, but there is a missing payment. If you need more time, I can understand and wait, but I just need communication and accurate date that the payment will be made. I received the rest of the payment. This is the link for the files. Nice. Other various lies. If any talents of Virtue X begun to push back against Ray, he would begin to character assassinate them to the other talents. I only experienced a little bit of this in my conversation with him as I kept my head down for the most part. If someone was terminated, he lied about the reasons why. Hello, I have the unfortunate news to share that after an in-depth investigation, we have discovered that one of our non-disclosure agreements has been violated and has... Yeah, your completely bogus NDA has been violated. And we have swiftly worked to find the perpetrator. Kuzi, the managers and I will be dealing with this urgently to ensure the safety of our talents and staff. We may ask to meet some of you this week and next to confirm some information as well as ask about connection to certain creators outside the agency. This does not mean that you've been suspected. The perpetrator will be made aware that we know of the actions they have taken at the beginning of our meeting with them. As stated earlier today, unfortunately, one of our talents has breached a non-disclosure agreement. Upon receiving solid evidence and confirmation, we have immediately removed her from both servers, the company, and all existing and pending partnerships. Ah yes, the totally real partnerships. Please immediately cease any contact with, bar that name. She has been added to the Virtue X blacklist. All collaborations and contact with her are banned for talent and staff safety. We have confirmed that the information leaked pertains exclusivity to our legal discussions and nothing else. All conversation regarding any other matter are safe from what we are aware of. However, if we are informed otherwise, we will make you aware immediately. We're pursuing legal action against her to the fullest extent of her contract. We're extremely disappointed in her and her actions and hope that she can begin to feel safe again. I guess they're telling her to cease contact immediately so they don't get to talk. I hate when they have that clause in the contracts, by the way. Like, a lot of these contracts, they have a clause where you're not allowed to talk to the other talents. You're not allowed to discuss things. Like, you're not allowed to compare contracts. You're not allowed to talk about how much you're getting paid. So you can't ever figure out if like you're getting scammed, if you're getting a way lower wage than everybody else because it's against your contract. I think that should be illegal. Having talked with the talent this is referring to, they informed me that the reason they were given for their termination was that they made people uncomfortable, not that they had actually breached contract. I don't know if this is the same a graduated talent or another one. But here, they're saying that they're also like threatening legal pursuit against a talent. And so to ensure nothing could become bumpy, I've been advised to tell you all to avoid contact with them for the time being. Like, if it doesn't even work like that. US labor law states that an employer cannot restrict employees from discussing their compensation as a condition of employment. Okay, I wonder if the contract that I had in Canada was like legal in Canada then. But I did have it read by a lawyer back then, so I guess it was. Man, Canada sucks! Ray was incredibly careful to use the threat of legal ramifications to keep all talents afraid and isolated. Yep. Classic tactic. We were afraid to reach out to people who had been terminated in the event that something would happen and we would breach our contracts. After people were terminated, Ray continued to character assassinate them to ensure that we did not contact them. Final announcement. Oh, okay, so he's closing the company here. I first want to apologize that this didn't come sooner. Ever since Friday, I've not had access to a phone or PC until this morning. I won't beat around the bush or give any excuses. I was a terrible boss that spread myself too thin. Tried my best to meet expectation. Fortunately, that led me to severely falling short. With everything going on in my personal life and in Virtue X, everything small that happened, the company took a massive toll on me. It should not have affected all of you guys. I don't expect any forgiveness, nor do I expect to make any excuse for my shortcoming. I was a shit boss, and even though I was trying, I should have tried harder to give you all the proper treatment you deserve. Effective Friday, December 13th, Virtue X will cease operations. Okay, so it really happened yesterday. Wait, it happened today. Wait, it happened today. The doc was made yesterday, though. Contracts will be dissolved. You will each receive notice of this by Monday. That officially states the dissolving of your contract. Even if it doesn't mean much, I'm really sorry for falling short and breaking trust with you all. I really did start this with the best intentions and wanted to help you all grow as you're all amazing creators. The problem was me being incompetent, overwhelmed, not acting faster to ensure you all got the proper treatment you deserved. And they reacted with lies! Deserved! Actually deserved. This was made on the 11th. Oh, okay. Okay, this was made on the 11th. That makes more sense. Ray disappeared from contact on December 6th. Later, he ghosted December 9th, Monday, meeting with our managers. According to his roommate, he left for a business trip on his roommate cruise on December 4th and took his PC with him. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna bring my whole setup with me on vacation, on business trip. He returned to the area, but has been at a parent's house since November 21st. Okay. In this announcement, Ray states that he hasn't had access to his PC or phone from December 6th until December 11th, but I'm friends with him on Steam. And he played Marvel Rivals on December 8th! The explanation given to our manager was that he was overwhelmed and checked himself into a psychiatric facility. But if that's the case, he most likely wouldn't have had access to his Steam account or his PC. Man, dude, the Steam account is always what duns people in. Caught red-handed, yes. Oh no, he's Canadian. Jesus Christ, that's all the documents released against him. Shit. Should this be a video on my main channel? So many people were deceived. This document doesn't even feel like it encompasses everything. Well, I personally never gave Ray any of my money as I wouldn't start paying a percentage until my debut. There are many people who have lost money due to his deception. And while Ray has promised to fulfill contracts as promised, even after dissolving the agency, many of us know that we will be left to pick up the pieces and cover the payments that he failed to make. I was originally going to fund my own model and debut earlier this year, but as I was supposed to debut with Virtue X and things were going to be funded upfront by the company, I waited. I invested over a year into this agency. I barely have anything at all to show for it. I anticipate that many people will question why we didn't figure things out sooner, and I understand. If I were on the outside looking in, I'd probably feel the same, but Ray was very skilled at keeping us afraid, isolated, and manipulated info to make himself look in control. He did a lot of conversations over voice and is very charismatic and great at controlling the narrative. It's only when his old over things began to fray that we started to see through things, but sometimes he did actually follow through and that gave him credibility. Especially at the beginning, I personally also considered him a good friend and have a history working for him as his own social media manager / PA. I had no reason to think that any of this would be the end result. Losing a year of your life on this is worth more than a lot of money. Like, people are like, oh, she didn't lose any money. She lost time, and time is money. She could have been working a job. She said she turned down another Vtuber agency that she was considering joining for this. So you're missing opportunities because you're locked in this. No, this is messed up. Dude, he promised high-profile watch-alongs for my debut with creators like Cottontail or Doki Bird. Okay. So Rafu is the Life 2D rigger. Yeah, I don't know where to start because there's a lot. There's Kiri's. Maybe we'll start with Kiri. Yeah. He promised Kiri a Henya watch along for the debut. Yeah, we got a 50 grand budget for the debut watch alongs. Alright, so he contacted this talent on Twitter, complimenting her VTuber model and expressing interest in getting to know her. He seemed genuinely curious about her model's artist and struck up a friendly conversation with me. We interacted minimally, playing Fortnite together offline once and collaborating on a stream. He approached her a month later to join his VTuber agency. He worked to convince me, showcasing other talents, supposedly joining the agency and emphasizing calculated projections of its success. He even mentioned plans to promote us at Anime Expo, further fueling the idea that this was a well-organized venture. He appealed to me personally, saying that he saw a great potential in me, referring to me as a hidden gem in the VTuber space. After some consideration, I decided to join the agency in December 2023. Oh my god, it has been a year. Signing a contract with an NDA, encouraged by the idea of having a team that would support my growth as a VTuber. At that time, I got kicked out of my house by my brother because I joined this streaming agency and became homeless for a few weeks. I had a lot of faith in this company and myself to grow my passion into a career that I love to do. Oh my god. Okay, he falsely claimed that they were partnered with Vshojo. We read that part already. My dream was to be one of the greatest VTubers, and knowing that we are going to be working with one of the biggest VTuber agencies made me anxious of not messing this opportunity up, which is to lay low from any conflict and comply. Hey Kiri, sorry I've been quiet, but we're signed with Vshojo now. I want to give you an update. Are you free Monday afternoon by any chance to pick up? This person is just, they want attention. That's all they want. Oh, Kos, are you one of the... Oh my god, you are. Shit, you were one of the talents? Oh, we haven't gotten to your thing yet. I was signed talent for Virtue X, who was set to debut December 6th. I want to go through a short summary of what went through. Thankfully, I was not screwed over as badly as some of my peers, but please give them all the support you can give them. I was brought into Virtue X in 2023 after I failed an audition at a different agency. I was demotivated at the time, and I wanted to graduate. I was going to. However, Ray assured me that he would take good care of me and that I had what it took to be a good content creator. My emotions were riled up, so I was extremely excited to finally be a talent for an agency. I went through... Oh, sorry, I skipped a paragraph. One of the things that Ray expressed a lot of interest in was the storytelling of VTubers. There are a lot of VTubers with interesting lore and backgrounds, and we believed that VTubing was an untapped market for storytelling. As a college student who was studying creative writing, ooh, that's interesting. I actually wanted to look in storytelling, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to take like a class or a course or something, or at least watch some YouTube videos on it. I saw this as an opportunity to get a foot in the door into the creative writing industry. Ray would spend time looking for an artist and I would create the world and the characters. We wanted to write a story about Virtue X and the talents, a manga. I went through 3 rewrites. This was due to talents getting constantly terminated. I haven't looked at all the documents, but like, were the talents terminated because they were, how do you say this? Like, they started to doubt the validity of the agency? Yeah, no worries, Cos. I hope you're doing alright, though. Guys, go leave a sub on her channel since she's here. Okay, during the first draft, Ray would credit himself, often claiming that we worked on the story together, when in reality, it was me doing all the work. That's something they do a lot, is they'll get talents to... Like, they'll get talents that are artists, or that have some skill, and they'll make them work for free for them. But usually it's artists. This is the first time I see it in creative writing. The second rewrite, apparently he didn't approve of the story, but didn't tell me until I was halfway through developing a story. The third rewrite was completed, but is void now due to the closure of Virtue X. Well, that sucks. Maybe you can still use this project as part of your portfolio, though. Yeah, that's what we assume, and then he'd lie and pretend that they broke NDA and stuff. Yeah. Throughout the entire year, I was promised a creative contract where we discussed potential royalty payment and payment for my work. I wish I had records of this, but this wasn't a call. But ear witnesses can confirm this is true. I continued to work on the story for the love of the talents and their designs. 1 year passed, and I never saw a cent or a single mention of a creative contract. This was the lie that was most personal to me. 1 year of writing and over 100 pages of drafts and rewrites. Bro, he just strung you guys along. That's horrible. Everything the other talents had mentioned in regards to sponsorship and partnerships is true. As hard as it is to admit, I was a yes man to Ray, mostly because I was scared of being fired and losing an opportunity of a lifetime. I blindly trusted his words and gossip without knowing the truth first. I apologize for not being better. I'm sorry for being so naive. When it comes to models and such, she apparently commissioned a model artist of my choice for my 2.0, but claims she ghosted. So, seeing how she is the artist of Q. Wilson, I found it extremely hard to believe. He also tried to tell me that my current rigger was very sporadic on her schedule, which is not true because she is extremely organized and always has her calendar filled. Although everything fell apart for Virtue X, I'm glad I met the talents and got to know them more. Although the agency is no more, it helped me rekindle a passion for content creation. It is important to note none of this is on the staff, such as the managers or even the COO. But Cruz was in on the lie, though. Like Cruz, like his roommate, his quote-unquote roommate, is also guilty, at least for me. Okay, I'm gonna skip over the parts that we already went through in the first document, but here's a new one. He added a rule prohibiting the talent from contacting the artist. No, his roommate was not in the lie. We did some digging and it was confirmed that he was also lied to the entire time. Oh, you spoke to them today? Which talent did you speak to? Anyway, Lara's getting all the interviews. After a conflict arose between a talent and an artist, do you guys even know if this part is true? Like, did he make that up or is it true that there was a conflict? Ray implemented a new rule prohibiting talent from contacting artists and riggers directly. He centralized all communications and payments through himself, claiming it was to avoid misunderstanding. This removed autonomy from the talents and created unnecessary barriers in managing our own projects. Broken promises and financial irregularities. Unpaid reimbursement. Ray owes me $292 for microphone purchase. One of my community members purchased part of the equipment and Ray promised to cover the remaining amount. Despite reaching out to him multiple times since August 2024, I never received the reimbursement. Initially, I needed the money for rent, and later, I wanted to go toward my puppy scare. Each time I brought it up, he dismissed my request, and eventually I gave up asking. Damn. Budget manipulation. When I debuted with Virtue X on November 2nd, 2024, Ray asked for my monthly revenue share just 2 weeks later. Oh, so some talents did debut. I suggested he deduct the amount he owed me for my share, but he never acknowledged this. What? I later learned that the debut trailer teasers were supposed to be covered by the agency's budget, but Ray allowed me to believe otherwise, letting me pay out of pocket to avoid impacting his finances. Oh, you spoke to Carrie, Blair, and Vixie and Inky? So some of them did debut. Yo, the puppy care is like heartbreaking. I hope the puppy's alright. Okay, marketing and watch-along missteps. My debut announcement was poorly handled, with the announcement made just one day before my debut date. This lack of planning hurt my visibility and potential audience turnout. It was initially promised a watch-along with prominent VTubers like Henya the Genius, but the plans changed multiple times without explanation, and I was later told my watch-along would feature another VTuber, Freem. I think I know Freem, or I follow her on Twitter. But even this was not properly coordinated. Delayed assets and broken promises. Ray assured me I would have new assets for my Virtue X debut, but they were never delivered. When I saved assets for my own personal debut, he insisted they were meant for the company debut instead, dismissing my concerns as miscommunication. He promised to commission my 2.0 outfit and rigging for February or March, but delayed contacting my character artist, resulting in missed deadline. This guy can't get anything right. Inky was out 4K? What? I was often too afraid to speak out due to, fear of being let go from the company. He frequently ghosted me and other talents, avoiding questions or delaying a response. On one occasion, he messaged me on Twitter instead of Discord, citing unread Discord messages as his excuse. Yeah, he's lying. Switching between platforms, having different excuses. Oh, my iOS is not updating. All of that, I highly doubt it's the truth. And they added proof of everything. 4K? Inky was out 4K? Was Inky a talent or an artist? You know what? I'm gonna start an agency review, like anonymous applications or something. If you're a content creator and you're joining a new agency, I'm gonna make this Google form. It's gonna be completely and I'll give them a trust rating on the information they send me. Be like fake, red flag, green flags. Actually, my friend Yam Alba has a YouTube video with a lot of green and red flags, I think. I don't think it would work though. I think people would still be afraid of breaching NDA. This person, Aqua, says like pretty much the same, you know. However, as time progressed, it became clear that many of these assurances and promises would be significantly delayed, many never be fulfilled, while some repeatedly promised opportunities were entirely non-existent from the very beginning. Complete lack of communication. It's hindered my growth as a creator and put immense stress on myself. I will be continuing my content creator journey as an independent VTuber, Aqua Plus and Aqua A once again. That sucks, man. All right, let's look at his response that he cowardly deleted today. Yeah, we need an official trust rating scale. True. Go for it, Rima. Start a new agency to review other agency. Yeah, he deleted it. He got dunked by like a lot of like large indie creators too, commented on it. That was his response to all of this. Hi everyone, I have wanted to address this once I had fully closed things off and made all of our contractors wall over the weekend, but with recent statements, I want to clear things up a bit. I failed the talents, staff, and contractors that trusted me. That is something I can't dispute. I was unfortunately handling things on my own, and while I don't deserve sympathy or empathy, I tried my best to hold things up by myself and cracked under the pressure. I made promises I couldn't hold up to, and to avoid disappointing people, promised more and more. While no one may believe me, my intentions starting this agency were good. I had granted talents a lower budget than what was given to them. I provided management for setup out of my own pocket funding, even when the agency wasn't making any money. I had tried my best to fulfill talents' need. This became overwhelming for me and impacted the agency's plans and, more importantly, the talents. There was no clear chain of command. I had not established myself as a strong leader, and I tried to please everyone, leading to me failing. My health took a massive turn for the worse. My funds were draining, and unfortunately I had no one to help take over and manage things while I recovered. This was inexcusable for the talents and staff that trusted me. Because of this, I couldn't keep up with my commitment to talents regarding their assets and fell massively behind. Instead of communicating this, I continued trying to meet expectations and falling short. While there were many issues we faced starting this company with past talents we parted way with for various reasons, harassment of other talents, breaching of contract, inappropriate statements, and non-payment by talents. And with some contractors, I am at fault for not being able to hold things up. We will be making an official statement from the account, but talents agreement will be dissolved appropriately. Accounts with contractors will be made whole, and talents will be allowed to keep their IP and anything paid for by Virtue-X with no expectation of repayment. Did he actually pay for some models? Are people at least getting a model out of this? I truly wish I would have met up to standards. I told management and creators working with us this, but I never started this company to make money. I created to help smaller creators achieve their dreams and hopefully break even for the thousands of dollars I poured into it and the time I spent trying to make it work. I regrettably fell short on this. While some statements from past talents may not be whole in accuracy due to the circumstance of their termination, I do hope you can support the talents, partners, staff, and artists that worked with us. Additionally, I will be stepping away from the public platform to work on myself, educate myself, and hopefully never disappoint people that trust in me again. As much as it mean nothing now, I truly am sorry for failing and hurting others in the process. Might be helpful to remind people that NDAs are void when illegal activity is involved. Yeah, absolutely. If we didn't know everything that happened, and like as an onlooker as an outlooker, if you haven't read like any of the Google Docs, you're like, oh, okay, maybe this guy, he had good intention and felt bad, but nah. Knowing what I know and what we just read, all of this is bullshit. All of this is bullshit damage control. I do not care about your excuses. I don't care that you were overwhelmed and you did this out of the kindness in your heart because you wanted to create smaller creators achieve their dreams. Well, guess what? You did the complete opposite. You screwed them for an entire year. You burned them out for no reason. You made them turn down other opportunities for your fake pipe dream. You lied to them consistently. Yes, you overpromised on some things, but it's not overpromising. You just blatantly lied. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for yourself. It's not that of course you were in over your head. You promised them the moon and you didn't even have enough to pay for a mid-tier model. And then here, in this part here in the bottom, he tries to shift the blame on the graduated talents, saying, well, there were many issues we faced started the company. Now he's blaming the issues his company faced, with talents that parted ways because of harassment, breaching contract, and inappropriate statements, but the other talents tell us another story. And, you know, looking at the comment section and stuff on this post that no longer exists, because I looked at the QRTs, this piece of shit slandered my BF Kuzi. Oh, so that's his roommate. To his entire company, lying about him by saying he didn't do the work assigned to him and didn't pay his rent. When Kuzi has done nothing but help him, you are scum for turning on your friends like that to get sympathy for your own. Before things came to light, this was another QRT on that post. Before things came to light, you had at least 4 people begging to help. You genuinely wanted to save the company. Your response gave no one access to financials. Purposely kept your roommate in the dark. Get upset at us, disappear for 6 days, refuse to take accountability. Yeah, that was his quote-unquote apology read to me. Oh, did he? Oh, this post from an account that no longer exists. You're right, he did delete his account. He did. I forget he's Canadian. Man, would any claim him as their own or disown? Just curious. I don't know. Yeah, he deleted his entire account. I don't understand this conversation. I don't see why Kuzi should matter to the talents either. At this point, he does nothing, has no power. They're just venting out their frustration, shared trauma, lovely, in our server. Cruz and I are not comfortable blatantly ignoring him while he's trying to get involved. Fair. Well, I'll see what I can do, but making someone homeless ain't exactly a stress-free thing. Wait, he's saying that that Kuzi, I'm confused the names, that Kuzi made him homeless? You have a homeless CEO? Damn, the company ain't gonna work too well. But a venting session in the company server is fucked. That shouldn't be happening. Just let them talk. It's just to avoid a million DMs. The company is undoubtedly in a bad position right now. The least they can do is listen to support each other. Restricting their comms will only make things worse. Ray, you hurt each and every one of them, whether you accept it or not. They have the right to be angry at you. You did your best, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough, and your overpromises have consequences. Fair. We are here to help and gain everyone's trust back. I got to this point and we are going to have to grit our teeth and work this out, and we will. He was so mad at me for defending the talents, he told the other managers not to tell me about his reasons and the duration of him leaving. I promised to be transparent to the talent. I did my job. This is the result. Jeez, man. This person was kind of victim blaming. I think it's a little wild that VTubers will literally just trust any person who pops up saying they're making an agency and offering a bunch of things that are too good to be true. I know, how could someone lie on the internet? No one would do such a thing. Dude literally had my dad works for Blizzard with the Gunrun Vshojo thing and you all believed him. And Vixie, the one who made the first Google Doc we read, she actually replied to this saying, it's super easy for you to sit there with your knowledge of the entire situation and laugh and imply that we're dumb or gullible. But you have the whole picture that we did not. That's literally the whole problem with manipulation. They're good at using adjacent things to make themselves and to make their lies sound plausible. I literally worked as a manager for him and was aware of his IRL connections. This stuff was not out of the realm of possibility to me. I did my due diligence and it still happened. It can still happen to people who are well informed and careful. But sure, go ahead and imply that we're stupid. Victim blame because obviously you're too smart for something like this to ever happen to you. I mean, the thing with lies is that, okay, when you're meeting somebody new or you're trying to please somebody or you're trying to make a new friend, you are stuck within the realm. If you are an honest person, you're stuck within the realm of possibilities. You're stuck with, you know, your principles, your ideals, and not lying. So you gotta work with reality. So everything you'll say might not be as enduring as somebody who's a compulsive liar, because these people, they have no ceiling, they have no limit. They can say whatever they want. And usually they kind of figure out what you want to hear, and then they tell you everything that you want to hear. So it's like, how could they not become endearing when they get to play those cards? And most people don't get to play those cards because they don't exist. So no, I understand how this happened. I sympathize with them. There's really nothing more to be said on that. Okay, so some talents did debut. Yana debuted on November 22, and she's decided to part ways. When I initially joined Virtue X, I was promised substantial support, opportunities, and resources to help me thrive as a VTuber. However, as time progressed, it became clear that many of these assurances, some of which were entirely non-existent, were either significantly delayed or never fulfilled. Additionally, malicious rumors about internal staff and talents originating from the CEO have resulted in defamation and created an environment where I felt there was no freedom of speech. This toxic atmosphere ultimately made it impossible to continue working under these conditions. I want to express my gratitude to those who have supported me and move forward independently. I'd like to clarify that I retain the full rights to continue as Mihoyana. At least she got a model from this. Yeah, everyone thinks they can't be tricked until they are. Exactly. Where's the one that got like scammed for 4K? During my interview, Ray made unprofessional comments about other agencies, Hololive and Niji Sanji, which should have been my first red flag. I was genuinely blinded of how happy I was. Apparently, all the agencies talk shit about each other, is what I heard. Ray had promised a new outfit or model for my 3.0 was already in the works. More and more, I was supposed to sign with them in September of this year. Unfortunately, after last month, I was doubting that it was even going to happen, as Ray basically ghosted me after our interview, as a few days ago, all of the talents have left the agency based off treatment from Ray. I'm heartbroken and mortified by the situation. I'm also equally as sad that the artists in this situation were treated this way. A lot of love and work into Virtux and are the backbone of the community. Okay, I was never told about any connections, only raised the stakes for Niji, Holo, and FaZe, and how he wanted to create a company that supported their talents and wasn't a black company. They all say that. They always say they want to do better. I joined the agency because I wanted to have support to better my content, to be able to do cool projects, not to make it big as someone had implied. Yeah, Akio Air CEO, totally. Hey artists/editors, please be careful on small corpos DMing you to work for them. Raven used to be a CEO and quit without me, and I haven't paid 200 euros on a highlight since last month. Fuck. The thing with videos too is that they often get billed like after. That's why I think maybe going through VGen is probably safer, or like Fiverr, like a payment processor. They'll guarantee that you do get your money, but then they take a cut, so I don't know. Whenever I remind them about it kind of as possible, they said they are busy with family and stuff, new wave, which I don't want to judge since I don't know them IRL, but not paying an editor since last month seems very odd to me. This happened twice, by the way. I don't know if I'm being lied to the entire time. I'm just doing my job, working as a freelance, making my clients satisfied and happy. Here's the last date I sent an invoice to them. That's very sad. And now, just to close things off, my friend Greybat is tweeted, oh boy, VirtuX is whipping out the big D, a big defamation threat. I'm sure this will do wonders for them. An update on the current situation. This is a message regarding the allegations against VirtuX Virtual Entertainment, its partners and owners. We are currently in the process of settling any outstanding accounts, further investigation on the matter addressed, and preparation of a statement regarding said allegations towards a company. We ask that you please remain patient while we prepare these documents, as this will give clearer context to any potential defamatory and untruthful statements presented. We'll provide further updates when they are available. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah, I'm sure the story's really gonna change. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video.